Hello everybody. I hope everybody's doing good today. Today we're working on a Komatsu 155. We got to pull the hydraulic cooler off right here. This is a big machine. So we've got the hydraulic cooler right here. It's leaking. Dirt's just sticking to it. Long, thin cooler. So we've got two hoses at the bottom, one hose at the top. So we're gonna try to get this done as quickly as possible because this machine is dead in the water. It also needs a lower radiator hose. It's got a little bit of a leak to it, so we're gonna get after it. I'm gonna video as much as I can. Please forgive me, this is my first true YouTube video. I'm gonna try to take you guys along for as much of the ride as I can. I'm gonna start by grabbing some tools here. I would use power tools, but it's kind of at a weird, awkward angle, and I'm just a lot better with a ratchet sockets. It's my Magnalure. It's a must-have for me. Ever since I had one and used one, I can't go without it. See, I can just stick it up on there, have all my stuff. But anyway, this is going to be kind of trying by myself. The guy that works with me, he's going to be here in a little bit, hopefully. So that way we can that way I can have some help, you know, it always helps. All right, so we got the bracket out of the way. Went ahead and took the bracket that went right here, held these hoses in place and kind of gave this fitting some protection. I went ahead and removed it. Now you can see that this thing is just completely stopped up, which is allowing the hydraulic fluid to get all over that side, coming right through it, stopping that up, causing the machine to overheat. So we're going to bust this loose real quick, get it plugged and tagged, and I guess we're gonna try to bust those loose and get them plugged and tagged, and then we're just down to getting these bolts out. But there's a little bit of room over here. You might can get down. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. You can see all the coolant down there. We're gonna have to suck it up and put it in the tank and dispose of that. But anyway, let's pull this cooler off. Everything's plugged and sealed off. We're gonna try to get some zip ties on there so I can remember which hose goes where. I always try to do blue for the top hoses if there's only one, because blue is like the sky. I try to do green for the bottom ones because green is like the grass, so it just kind of helps me remember. It just takes a lot of the confusion out. People say, oh, you can't remember where the hoses go. Well, the problem is I work on 4 or 5 different machines a day. If this one's at the cooler radiator repair shop for 3 or 4 days, I've seen so much and I'm afraid I'll forget it. So to be efficient, I want to be accurate, and this is just one of those things that kind of helps me. I don't have to worry about if I'm gonna remember where this went or not. right, so I'll bring you over here and show you. We've got a we've got a plug and ties. I'm gonna pull that plug out in just a little bit and let it drain into a bucket, small bucket. Let's get the rest of these son of a guns off. All right, we got a impact out now. These 3/4 Milwaukees are awesome. I keep a 1/2 inch chuck on it just because my main sockets, they're 1/2 inch sets, and I've used them forever. I leave that on there until I've got to bust something big loose, but I love this impact. I had this impact with a 6 amp, or yeah, 6 amp hour battery on it. It was okay, but I put that 12 on there, man. It made all the difference. Not sure how we're gonna get to that down there. That's gonna take some skill. All right, so we are loose all the way down. We just got to get to that hose right there. I know that it's kind of hard to tell on video, but it's a long way down there. Luckily, I have got some pretty long angle wrenches that'll fit that. That is a 1.5 inch, I believe. So let's try to get it busted off, get this cooler pulled out. All right, guys, so we got the cooler is loose. We've got the top plugged, that hose plugged. We got the bottom hose off and plugged, and that thing is just dripping a little out. There's a pan underneath just in case it starts to overflow. It won't go all over the ground. Now we just got to take those 2 bolts out and snake it out that other side. I think is going to be the easiest thing, but really hoping that we don't have to pull this whole top off just to pull that thing out. Let's see what we can do. So we finally got the cooler out. She was a little jam-packed. Yeah. Come over here and show you where it came out of. With the help of Dakota here, we pulled it out. You can see it's stopped up this main radiator in a couple of places. That lower hose is leaking, so we're going to go ahead and replace it while we got it out. So there will be a part 2 of the installation.